Can't believe they're cooking some of his greatest hits here. It is what, dude, the allowance that right wingers have for doing fuck shit is something that I yearn for. Okay. I don't even want to do fuck shit, but at least like maybe people would lay off my ass for a little bit for simply trying to advocate for nice things for everybody. Like the crime, the horror. Like, think about it. Tim Pool literally got money from a fucking foreign adversary to do propaganda. Okay? He got money from the Russian government to do pro-Russia, anti-Ukraine content. And now he's at the White House. And no one turns around and goes, that was kind of weird. Like, not a single right-winger I've ever heard from a single fucking right-winger that goes, that's odd that you did that. And now he's literally fucking running around with Benjamin Netanyahu, right? And the same thing goes for even like Asmongold, right? Now that he's like a right-wing guy, now that he's like a right-wing commentator, like, can you imagine how much I would get ass fucked if I had a direct line of communication to like some woke billionaire and I just ran cover for him? Like, Asmongold literally has Elon replying to him. And he's now defending Elon Musk. And his fan base still thinks he's like a brave, honest soldier and not like a self-interested charlatan. Asmon's not taking money from anyone. I know. It's not even about taking money from the Russian government, dummy. It's imagine a world where I am directly involved with a liberal billionaire. Not like giving me direct money, but just a liberal billionaire. Mark Zuckerberg, when he was woke, right? Before he got hit with the Dominican ray. Imagine if Mark Zuckerberg at the time was like, I love Hasan, I follow him, we talk all the time. What would the right-wing media ecosystem do in that process? Mark Cuban right now. Let's say Mark Cuban is like in my fucking DMs and we're having a back and forth. We're talking, we're chummy. And I'm constantly defending him. The right would freak the fuck out, understandably. My point is, there is a major double standard with between leftist commentary and leftist commentators and their audiences and everyone outside of the respective audiences versus the way that right wingers treat their own commentary figures. You would never defend Mark Cuban, though. Yeah, I know, man. I know. My point is, if I shilled for fucking billionaires, everyone would understandably be up my ass. But if you're right wing and you shill for fucking billionaires, people literally don't get mad at you. They're like, yeah, of course it's going to do that. That's base. It's woke. Do you understand what I mean? It's like such a weird, almost freeing thing that the right has, like this superpower that the right has, that they're just fucking shameless. And they're proud of their shameless nature.
What's going to happen next?
Like, look. Dude. This is the example. You just proved it. Your standards are so out of whack. Look. You kind of are shilling for billionaires by streaming on Twitch, bruh. If you are advocating for working class people to be able to get a fucking fairer shake and to be able to get health care and to be able to have some sort of power in the fucking workforce, you're supposed to be living in a fucking barrel, okay? And you can't do that outside of like a soapbox. You have to stand on a soapbox outside of a metro station and that's it. If you use any of the fucking platforms that billionaires have created, then you're also at fault. Meanwhile, right-wingers can literally defend billionaires actively while also befriending billionaires actively, and none of that comes across as indecent. That's my point. It doesn't make any sense. The standards are so fucking out of whack. You want to shill for billionaires? No, dude, I don't, and I won't. My point is, perceived hypocrisy of ideological enemies has a higher weight in the right than the actual hypocrisy of ideological allies. Whereas this same double standard does not exist on the left. There is no like leftist allowance for progressive figures that you even have minor disagreements with, where you are supposed to let it go. I try to tell people like, let it go. Like grade people on a curb if they are truly with the cause. And I can't even get motherfuckers to do that, which I think is productive. No, it's not because the left actually has standards. There's like I'm of two different minds on this. I think partially it's because the left has standards. That part is true for sure. Because like there's only so much. You don't want fucking actual shills. You don't want actual grifters to pollute your movement, right? But it's just wild that it's just wild that there's so much purity testing beyond that. There's no solidarity. There's a bunch of stuff that we could be watching, but unfortunately, I'm about to do the pod. Reminded me of this tweet. Yeah, Tim Pool met with Netanyahu and then started tweeting shit like this. It's one thing to criticize the war. It's another to call it a genocide. Massive swing to one side of the issue he doesn't know much about. To which I replied, oh my God, look at how hard I fucking ratioed him. I said, every human rights organization in the UN, virtually all genocide scholars are all wrong. Benjamin Netanyahu told Tim personally it's not a genocide. 57,000 likes. God damn.